Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming to this workshop, especially for family members and parents. Thank you so much. Before we talk further, I'm going to share the screen. So today's workshop, we're going to talk about child development. We're going to talk a lot about how child grow and develop in their early age. But before we talk a lot about child development, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Mario Matinahoru. I'm an international student from Indonesia. I'm currently a student at Northampton Community College majoring in early childhood development. In my country, I am an education activist. I work with children in rural areas in Eastern Part of Indonesia, focusing on literacy movement and child development. This workshop is a part of my class projects for ERL 24401, which aim to help me and to support me uh, as a professional who work with children, but at the same time also help family members and parents to gain information about child development and how can we uh, support our child or children development. Before we talk a lot, I'm going to talk a little bit about brain development and the power of early experience and why this is important before we talk about child development. A child's early years can have long-life physical, social, emotional impact, while positive experience and environments can set up a young child on a stronger lifelong path. On the other hand, traumatic experiences or environments during those formative years can have long-lasting detrimental impact. So it is important for us to understand that experience that child gains in the early years is really impact their brain development, and it has a lifelong impact for the life. Early childhood experience from birth to age 8 affect the development of the brain's architecture, which provide the foundation for all future learning, behavior, and health. A strong foundation helps children to develop the skills they need to become well-functioned adults. The experiences children have in early life play a crucial role in development of the brain. Exposure to positive factors, especially stable and responsive relationship with parents or other adult, and safe, supportive environment promote positive development for their brain development. So it is really, really important for us to exposure children to positive things, help them to experience as much as they can, create a supportive and positive environment for them to support their brain, because at the same time, it also support their other development. If we're talking about child development, it is break up to 5 different development, which physical development, social and emotional development, cognitive development, and language development. Social and emotional used to work together, so we talk with social and emotional as a one part. Our main focus for this workshop is to infant and toddler. So we're talking a lot about how infant and toddler grows in their development, physical, social, emotional, cognitive, and also their language. So the first thing first, we're going to talk about infants. Infants are those who are 3 months old to 1 year old. We're going to start with the physical development from 3 to 1 year old. By 3 months, the baby can hold a toy. When you put it in their hand, they also can use their arm to swing a toy. They can bring hands to mouth. They can push into elbow forearms when on tummy. And by 6 months, they can roll from tummy to back. They can push up with straight arms when on tummy. They also can lean on hands to support themselves when sitting. By 9 months, they can get on to a sitting position by themselves. They can move things from one hand to the other hand. I'm sorry. They can use fingers to rake food toward themselves, and they can also sit without support. By 1 year old, they can pull up to stand, they can walk holding on to furniture, uh, they can drink from a cup without a lid as you hold it. They also can pick things up with a thumb or pointed finger like small bits of food. Talk about social emotional. By 3 months, your baby can smile on their own to get your attention. They sure could not yell a full laugh when you try to make them laugh. They can look at you, move, or make sounds to get or keep your attention. By 6 months, your baby can know familiar people. They like to look at themselves in the mirror and they laugh. By 9 months, they are shy, they are fearful around strangers. And they also can show several facial expressions like happy, sad, angry, and surprised. It can be seen like when they're happy, they smile, uh, and they also can look when you call their name. They can react when you lift them. They also smile or laugh when you play peekaboo. By 1 year old, your baby can play a game with you like pat a cat, pat a cake. For cognitive development, 3 months baby, if they're hungry, they open their mouth when they see bread or bottle. They also can look at their hand with interest. They by 6 months they can put things on their mouth to explore them. They can reach to grab toys what they want. They can close lips to show they don't like or they don't want it more. By 9 months they look for object when you drop out of sight. They can bang two things together. 1 month, 1 year, I'm sorry. They can put something in a container like a block in a cup. They can look for things they see you hide, like a toy under a blanket. Language development. Infant in 3 months old, they can make sounds like ooh, ah. They can make sounds back when you talk to them. They can turn head toward the sound of your voice. By 6 months, they can take turns making sound with you. They also can blow raspberries. They can make squealing noises. By 9 months old, they can make different sounds like mama or baba. They can lift arms up to be picked up. And by 1 year old, they can wave bye bye. They can call parents clearer, like mama or dada or a special name. And they also understand no. They used to pause briefly or stop when you say it. When you say no, they will stop. Now we're moving to toddlers. And we're going to talk about their physical development. By 1 year old, they can pull up to stand. They can walk, holding onto the furniture. They drink from a cup. They pick things up with a thumb and pointer finger. And by 2 years old, they can kick ball. They can run. They can walk uh, a few stairs with or without help. They can eat with a spoon. By 3 years old, they can string items together, like large bread or macaroni. They can put some clothes by themselves, like loose pants or a jacket. They can use fork. And there's social emotional development. 1 year old, you can play a game with them like pita cake. 2 years old, they notice when others are hurt or upset, like pausing or looking sad when someone is crying. They also can look at your face to see how to react to new situation. By 3 years old, they calm down within 10 minutes after you leave them, like at the childcare drops off, and they notice other children and join them to play. And their cognitive development. By 1 year old, they can put something in container like a block in a cup. Look for things they see you hide, like toy under the blanket. By 2 years old, they hold something in one hand while using other hand. For example, holding a container and taking the lid off. They can try to use switches, knobs, or buttons on a toy. They can play with more than one toy at the same time, like putting toy food on a toy plate. By 3 years old, they can draw or circle when you show them. They avoid touching hot objects like stop when you warn them. And language development. 1 year old baby or 1 year old toddler can wave bye bye or can call mama or dada under special name, as I mentioned before. They understand no. 2 years old, they can point to things on a book when you ask them, like, where is the bear? Where's the rabbit? They can say at least 2 words together, like more milk, more food. They also can point to at least 2 body parts when you ask them to show. They use more gestures than you waving and pointing, like blowing or kiss or nodding yes. 3 years old, they can talk with you in a conversation with using at least 2 back and forth exchange. They can ask who, what, where, and why question, like where is mommy and daddy? Who is this? Why am I here? They also say what action is happening in a picture or a book when when you ask them, like running, eating, or playing. Then this is the crucial question that we need to answer and we need to see together. How to help infant learn and grow. By 3 months, this is the things that you can do. A lot of things you can do, but this is one of the best things that you can do, I put here, is provide safe opportunity for your baby to reach for toys, kick at toys, explore what is sound, what is around her or him. For example, for put her or him on a blanket with safe toys. 6 months, you can do a use back and forth play with your baby. When your baby smile, you smile. When he makes sounds or she makes loud, you copy them. This helps them to learn to be social. By 9 months, place toys on the ground or a play mat a little out of reach and encourage your baby to crawl, scoot, or roll to get them. Celebrate when she or he reaches them. 1 year, teach your baby wanted behavior. Show him or her what to do, your positive words, give him or her hugs and kisses when she or he does it. For example, if she pulls your pet's tail, teach her how to pet gently and give her a hug when she does it. And how about toddler? 1 year old, build on what your baby tries to say. If he say stop, say yes, trap. Or if he can say trap, you can say yes, that's a big blue trap. 2 years old, give toys that teach your child how to make things work and how to solve problems. For example, give her toys where she can push a button and something happens. You also can help your child learn how to word sounds, even they cannot say them clearly. For example, if your child say or nana, you can say like, you want more banana. 3 years old, talk about children's emotion and give them words to help them explain their feeling. Help your child manage stressful feeling by teaching him or her to take a deep breath, hack her favorite toys, or go to a quiet safe when he is upset. Read with your child. Ask questions such as what is happening in the picture and or what do you think will happen next? When she gives you answer, ask for more detail. And this is question and answer because our topic and about the child development is almost end. So this is the part where if you have question, you can ask me and I try my best to answer your question. Well, if you have no question, thank you so much for your attendance. I really appreciate that. I hope that the material that I presented can help you to give you knowledge and understanding about child development specifically for infant and toddler, and as the parents and family members and me also as a professional, we can work together, we can collaborate to support the child development, especially for infant and toddler. I'm Mario Matinahoru. Thank you so much and have a good night.